Now e4, what do I play? I keep playing the Caro. I really don't play e5. Maybe I should play it at some stage, but I don't really play e4, e5. Not so often. I used to play it a little bit, but not so much. Okay, so they want to play this one. I usually do just play into this. After c4, it looks like they're taking a lot of space. Usually straight away you just play this. After the trades just develop, and then you have to just be careful with this diagonal. I'm gonna play into it. We'll look up and see what's correct afterwards. I'm okay with this. They take. I can take back straight away, actually, even. So the thing is, take back, they block with the knight. Do I see any threats? Probably not. I might just go like this. If they defend, I take. They take, I take. It's all gravy. Caro is an opening. You're opening at 600. I've never really played the Dutch so much, so let me know how you go with it. I see some people playing it very successfully. I'm gonna go here. Some people might see this and they might. I've seen at lower ratings people kind of going like e6 and stuff, but like I could just take this right away, or I can develop. I probably will just take this actually. I don't really see any reason not to. The only thing is there, it does give them this with the tempo. So maybe I'll do this. So at the very least, at the end of this trades, if they go knight c3, knight d5, if they take knight d5, queen d5, and then only one of us has any piece out in the opening. Okay, so they're going to defend that way. I don't see any reason why they should be doing that. Knight d5, bishop d5, queen d5 would be totally fine for me. Knight c3, I can give a check, or I can move, or I actually take there. Knight d5, queen a4. I don't see that being a threat after knight c6. They won't be able to push if they want to block. So like knight d5, queen a4, knight c6, bishop b5, bishop b7, d7, and I don't see anything. So I think I will just take it. Maybe they know some trap, I don't know. I'm not going to overthink it here. But this is kind of something you have to be careful of, especially at a lower rating too. If somebody does know an opening trap, you have to be, or some weird opening, you want to play just kind of sensical, if that's the word. Just play carefully and play solid until you don't feel the danger anymore. So in this case, after this move, I do not feel the danger. After knight c3, and I move the queen. Okay, here they're allowing me to take this immediately. I think that's a blunder by them. Almost certainly. Anytime you end up in a position where your king is on a weird diagonal like this, be very, very, very careful. However, I still have two pieces that can block this diag. If I only had one and it was a knight, I wouldn't go here because they could push. But here, I'm almost certain I can just take this pawn for free and threaten to take a rook. And yes, they probably best move is this, to which I will likely just take. Also possibly bishop a3 though. Okay, so they are simply giving it to me. I'm just deciding whether there's anything there. Here they have to, you know what, this is actually also just winning, I believe. So bishop g4, they can't push the pawn. If they block with the knight, I just take with check. They have to move the king, I take the queen. This is GG's pretty much. We will see, because the main threat in this position with my weakened king, even though I have things that can block it, is, in fact, this queen. However, after this, there is not going to be any more queens. I will just take it and clean up. Clean up, crew. Clean up on aisle 5. I'm going to take this guy. To be honest, there may be some quicker wins. I don't think so. But sometimes it's worth checking. But in this case, just take the queen. Get rid of the main threat. They want me to draw. If this was on my main account and it was not rated, I would probably just take the draw. But this is most definitely not a draw. And for the sake of the speed run, slow run being a slow run, I may as well just not take the draw. They will get their elos back anyway. So please, I'm just gonna, they said, need a refund. They need to go to school, but unfortunately, this is a speedrun account, but they're going to get the rating refund anyway, so there's no reason for them not to just resign. Unless they want to play on it. It's up to them. Okay. Add your friend? Sure. No problem. Oh, smiley face. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so they may possibly just be stalling. I'm not quite sure. Okay, good game. Good game to them. Let me just say good game. And we'll analyze. Yes, this is one of those openings that, especially in Blitz and Bullet, I've had some issues with before. When White's played it. Look at this 99%. Now, well, they did blunder pretty early on, though. It's probably a good opening for them to play, though, at this rating. Yes, here, you usually just accept the trade. This is the way I play it. Just attack the pawn. So the thing about taking with the queen straight away, even though it's probably also a fine move, is after they develop, it's just risking you blundering if for some reason you crumble under the pressure of your queen being attacked. You know, you have to know where to move your queen. So I figured I'm not going to play this line even. I'm just going to play the other line, which is just knight f6. And then usually I think I see people play knight c3 and not this. I think this was already an incorrect move. It might also be theory though, I'm not sure. But you can see this says excellent move, whereas the other one says book move. So to me it didn't seem right. I figured I had no reason not to take this. After take, I also considered that maybe they would just do this first or give me a check first. So taking was not correct for them, for sure. I think this is maybe better, and then maybe trying to apply pressure, or maybe just knight c3 here even, and then forcing me to take potentially, I'm not quite sure. But in my opinion, taking one of your strongest pieces when my king is weakened on the light squares is not going to get it done here, I don't think so. And then unfortunately here, yes, they probably needed to just develop because I was attacking g2. Once they missed, I mean, super hard for them to play already if they develop incorrectly. Because yes, the idea, what the computer's trying to say is the idea behind this is I'm basically forcing an endgame. Otherwise, they can't actually castle, and that would be very miserable. Yes, this blunder, of course, and then here as well. Like, so I thought they were going to go here, and then I had two options. I was considering this, and the reason I consider that is because, oh no, it's a blunder. Oh my gosh, that's a horrible blunder. This would have been a checkmate, actually. I wouldn't have ended up playing this. That would have been a checkmate, but wouldn't that be funny? Because sometimes you have lines like that. In my head, it was like, if they take with the knight, I take the queen. Anyway, that would have been so funny to play. But yes, here, if they'd done this, worst case scenario, I take this, and I'm just up one pawn, not two. I am so great that I almost blundered checkmate. Anyway, here I just attack. They can't push the pawn. Since they cannot push the pawn, it was either this or they just move the king. So defend, and I just, yeah, mop it up. Keep it simple. No problemos. And that is that. The way the cookie crumbles, free queen, and then they resigned.